Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, y'all? Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. I hope to provide you with some shiny entertainment today. But genuinely speaking, super appreciate your guys' understanding yesterday. Wish that I could have been here. Just honestly needed sleep. That's the only way to put it. So super stoked to be back. Hope you guys are doing well, and I hope that you've had fun. I hope you had a nice Easter or Passover or whatever you celebrate. Maybe it's just a Sunday. And if it's just a Sunday, well, I hope that it was a very nice Sunday. Today we've got, as is trad, a little bit of the Deoxys going on. So we should be in a really good position here to get started on that. I'm just getting everything set up on my side to make sure that we can beautifully knock this out in hopefully not too much time. What's going on, Jess? What's up, Fractal? What's up, dumb guy with the pencil strings? Good to see ya. Razzie, how we doing? And Hefty, thank you for stopping in. You guys, I got a fever, and the only prescription is shiny Deoxys. So let's get it going. I gotta pop these things out real quick, and then we should be in good shape. Okay, so let me start this hunt, and then I increase them both by 2 just to get us started, and let's go see how it goes. All right, Hefty, I have a question for you, and I've been thinking about it literally all morning. Let's say hypothetically, you were having a conversation with the people that were responsible for the hit song All the Things She Said, and those two folks said to you, we recently got some body modifications in the form of permanent ink. Would you like to see them? And you say yes. And they show you their permanent ink body modifications, and it is an exact illustration of the little person from the show Fantasy Island screaming, "Deplane, deplane." Can you tell me what you would be looking at? All right, here we go. Let's get some checks done. Keep getting them checks, as they say. A tattoo of tattoo. That is correct. You'd be looking at a tattoo. Thank you. Thank you. That is correct. That is exactly what you would be looking at. Hey, what's up, Time Mister? I'm doing good, buddy. How are you doing? Good to see you again. That would, in fact, be a tattoo. Thank you so much, Hefty. Honestly, I woke up thinking about that joke, and I'm like, this is really stupid, but I think that if one person will understand it, it would be Hefty. Hey, what's up, Goose Snoozer? How you doing? I can't hear Carly. That's a classic reference. What's up, OND? How you doing? Fractal, so you're getting a 3DS with Ultra Moon. What if we did all that on Luke Skywalker's home planet? Are you trying to tell me that we're talking to Tattoo about their tattoo on Tatooine? What if our profession was the person that made the body art, but we did that on Luke Skywalker's home planet? Then we would be tattooing tattoo on Tatooine. I would be the one responsible. Yeah, I was responsible for a tattooing tattoo on Tatooine. You can hold me personally responsible for tattooing tattoo on Tatooine. Yo, thank you so much, Silas Game, for the subscribe. Super appreciate you. What's going on, JG Memes and Dendelia? Good to see you. How's the yellow alien coming? Slowly but surely. And I knew a girl named Butt Shirley once. We called her that because she had a big booty. It's like those rap artists who said she's got a big booty, so I called her Big Booty. I mean, what if someone called me Eyebrows? Or Mustache? Hey, what's going on, Mustache? Has anybody here finished watching Jury Duty Presents Company Retreat? It's too early to talk about the show, but I just would love to know if anybody here has watched it. Do I have switch sound on? I think I might have switch sound on. Ooh, I don't want that. I want to turn switch sound off. Sorry about that, folks. All right, now we're back at it. Still no yellow. So we'll get to roughly 5,700 today, which is pretty exciting. As long as I can stay strapped and not get clapped, we should get to about 5,700. Which means, let's see. But what if you tattoo two tattoos on Tatooine with a letter to a tattoo artist? I mean, these are things that we have to consider. Yeah, we'll be hit, let's see, 500 a day. I only can stream 3 days this week, so 1,500. We'll get to 6,700 this week. So 6,700 is pretty good, which means that the following week we will definitely get to odds. So if we don't get it today, what if your significant other called you museum and you found out later it was an inside joke you weren't a part of and you don't want to be called that anymore and you're big salty and your girl's like, BB no? BB no money? What's a lorry? I'm 4 times over odds for a catch combo of Nidoran and Let's Go. Dude, I think Nidoran is glitched. Because I was like way over on a Nidoran. Male or female? Cookie-Mon, nothing yet, but we're getting there. Let's see. Someone called you museum. I found out later it was an inside joke you weren't a part of. Like, if this is a serious conversation, then I would tell my significant other, hey, that's really ignorant. Either explain it to me or don't call me that, because that's really ignorant. And then your significant other should take your side in that. And if they don't, then I would come up with a nickname for them. I would probably rhyme with a combination of a largemouth fish and an underground rodent. A truck? I guess Google it because a lorry is really common here in Crumbit Land. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry. Nope, can't do it. Sir calling museum because you were boring to date but easy on the eyes. That's a compliment then. I took a break an hour ago at 1,300 captures. Jeez, that's crazy. I'd rather be called good looking than interesting. God, here we go. But that's just because I'm vain. God, that makes you think about the time that I dated this girl named Toenails. She was very good looking, but talking to her was like talking to a bag of toenails. So maybe it's just a thing people do. Don't stress, eat Easter eggs. Yeah. Okay, when you guys dye Easter eggs, do you dye hard-boiled eggs, or do you like drain all the egg out of the egg shell and then dye just the egg shell? I had a 10-year friendship and I was told I was boring. Unrelated to that, I don't know. I saw a story on Reddit. Oh, it was on Reddit. Gotcha. It was probably someone talking about Hefty. Boring to date, but easy on the eyes. Old museum Hefty. What do you mean dye Easter eggs? Yeah, like, you know how you take like a hard-boiled egg or you take an egg shell and you dye it in food dye and that's where colored Easter eggs come from? I don't know what you mean. What do I mean? What do you mean? I don't dye Easter eggs anymore, but a lot of people still do. Okay, so when you did dye Easter eggs, did you dye the whole egg or like hard-boiled egg, or did you drain all of the stuff out of the egg and just dye the egg shell? This is a serious question. The whole egg. That's never done in the UK? No, yes, it is. Now I have to Google that. Okay, the whole egg? Okay. Do they dye Easter eggs in the UK? Yes, decorating and dyeing hard-boiled eggs is a traditional Easter activity in the UK, often called pace egging or egg decorating. Chocolate eggs are far more common gifts. Many families still boil chicken eggs and dye them after using natural methods like onion skins or food coloring. I don't think Easter eggs can dye. Easter eggs? Yeast can dye. I've killed many a yeast. Hey, what's up, Loops? How you doing, brother? Is this the nice one? I've never heard of anyone draining the egg and dyeing the shell. That's what my wife does. My wife, like, pokes a small hole in the bottom of the egg, drains the egg out, and then dyes the shell. And I said, that's insane. No one does that. And she said, we do that. I said, that's crazy. And that was basic conversation. Oops, I'm doing good, buddy. Yeah, that's kind of like the... Just to prevent cracking and getting eggs on yourself. I think it's just because, like, hard-boiled eggs, no one likes them. Like, at Easter, no one wants to receive your dyed hard-boiled eggs. What's up, Natasha? How you doing? Rosemary, good to see you. My DS arrives in 1.5 to 2.5 hours. Nice. What model is it, Fractal? Is it like a new 3DS XL or just like an OG 3DS? I like hard-boiled eggs. So, Hefty, you're trying to tell me that if you went to, like, church on Easter and a random family gave you hard-boiled eggs that were dyed, you would go home and eat them? Are you ever going to hunt in Coliseum? I don't know. Probably not, but possibly. I'm not ruling it out. It just wouldn't really contribute to the greater good, so I don't know. Not only that, I would thank them. Wow. You better because I'm sick? Natasha, I didn't know you were sick. I'm sorry I'm sorry you weren't feeling well. Razzie, I didn't know you were sick. I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Just a 3DS metallic blue. It's probably an OG. You guys want to see the Pokeballs that I made for Keith? Hang on. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay, good news. That was disastrous. Better news. Everything is good. Okay, so here are the Pokeballs that I made for Keith. It was dramatic, but it was a dramatic thing. Keith's balls dropped. Okay, so we've got Blastoise, shiny Blastoise, and it turned out really great. And then we've got shiny Wartortle, which also turned out really great. And it's even the difference in color discrepancy between the shell of Blastoise and Wartortle, which I was really excited about because Wartortle shell is just not that bright green. It's a nice like hunter green. And then we've got a little shiny Squirtle ball. So he's got the entire shiny Squirtle line coming to him in Pokeball form. And I'm very stoked for him. You can do them shiny? I can. Oh, there we go, Keith. What's up, buddy? I can. It just depends on if I have the colors available. So like basically like the designs that I get, they're not the shinies. And so I have to take what colors he suggests and I have to then see if I have corresponding or better colors. So technically, can I do the shinies? Yeah, but I have to have the right colors to do it. Kiro asked for a shiny Darkrai. And while I do have purple and I do have pink, I don't have the right purple or the right pink. So it wouldn't end up looking very good. It would look, I mean, it would look fine, but it would look like not true to the game. And I like to be true to the game the same way that 98 Degrees likes to be true to your heart. I'm just bored of Gen 8 and 9, so I dropped 240 to try Gen 7. Hey, I feel that. Rosemary, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. Like, honestly, when it comes to Coliseum, I don't have a great way to play it. Possibly when it comes out on Nintendo Switch Online, or like the Nintendo Switch Online GameCube, I would consider it, but right now I don't really have like the best way to play it. But once that's an option, then, you know, there's possibility there. And then, you know, the shinies can't be transferred anywhere, which is kind of a bummer. But it is cool that they have like alternate shinies. That's something that I've wanted to see for a long time. I have a 3DS. She's just sitting in her box. Jess, depending on which one it is, you could have a lot of money. Right now, the 3DS market is crazy. I'm lucky. With my 2 Nintendo 3DS XLs, I paid $200 total for both of them. And that included copies of Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Ultra Sun, 2 copies of Alpha Sapphire. Is this Zelda one? Yeah, you got some money sitting there. What's up, Spring Saga? How you doing? It's one thing I don't love about them coming to online. Can't really play many games that don't have the home transfers and have as much fun, since I'm building a shiny dex in home and want to make progress always. Yeah, if that's what makes you, you know, if that's what is fun for you, then yeah, stick with that for sure. Have you played XD Gale of Darkness for Nintendo Switch 2? No, I haven't. I actually find it really weird that they released the second one before the first one, but we'll see why. I remember that I got the Galaxy 3DS literally a month before the 3DS market blew up for like $70. That's amazing. Trying to get Ultra Sun for one Pokemon only, Omega Ruby and Y. Nice. What's the Pokemon you're trying to get Ultra Sun for? Haven't looked in a while, but I have the original charger. Honestly, that's fine. Like, most people don't care about OEM chargers. I actually think I have 4 or 5 OEM chargers just chilling here. Shiny Groudon? Nice. Little wormhole hunting. I miss wormholes. That was such a fun way to shiny hunt. My goodness, was that ever fun. Like Pokemon Ranger games, I've actually also never played a Pokemon Ranger game. Brazilian Deoxys still being stubborn. DJ Buttersnaps, it won't stop being stubborn. It just won't show up. I don't want to sell it. Say I plays it sometimes. Yeah, I wouldn't sell it. Got a shiny starter? Heck yeah, Bram. Which one'd you get? But that Legend of Zelda one, I think it sells for like $1,000. Pretty close to it, at least. If not a hot thou, definitely a cold thou. No way. I'm pretty sure. Hey, what's up, Peeking App? I've beaten Darkrai and ZA last night with Shiny Mega Diancie. Nice. Shiny Diancie's available? Where can you get shiny? Oh, Pokemon Go? Maybe? Pokemon Go? I think Pokemon Go. No, Jess, it's not worth that. Yeah, it's $700. I'm telling you, dude, it blew up. The market for these things is insane. If it's the new Nintendo 3DS XL Hyrule Edition, the current price in the box is 1,043 Canadian. Yo, Cardle 129 Dice Blocks. Thank you so much for subscribing. Super appreciate that. Yeah, it's at like an all-time high. So it's Japan event. Nice. Agostino Lorenzo D'Amico. How you doing? Good to see you. Super appreciate you stopping in. Hope you're having an amazing day. Hope you had a great weekend. That's wild. It is. It's nice. Silas Gaming and Cartel 129 Dice Blocks. If you're here, make sure you say what up in the chat so I can give you a big thank you. If you are not here and you're coming from the YouTube Shorts, just one of my shorts that I posted, well, I'm live right now. You should come hang out. There's no Sunway done the Diancie masterwork already. It's only been a month. Peek and Up Gamer plays Pokemon Go more than anyone that I've ever met in my life, so it is possible. It's entirely possible, actually. The shiny dance I used from a Japanese event. See, there you go. I had some time, so I went through the shorts and read the Cozy Gamers comments, and that wasn't very cozy. Isn't that crazy? They're so aggressive. They're just too harsh on the zip line. It's banana land. I don't know why they got that way. Me when I play a game religiously, only on Sundays. I like it. I don't play Pokemon Go much anymore. The only time I play Pokemon Go is when they release a shiny for the first time and it can only be caught there. You using a Game Shark code or you use some glitches? Neither. So on the top left is just the Nintendo Switch version of Pokemon FireRed, which came out a little over a month ago. And that version of the game just has the tickets built in as soon as you beat the game. For the bottom, which is LeafGreen, that is my personal copy of Pokemon LeafGreen. So I'm just playing it on a device that allows me to play my original hardware. And while that one, it wasn't a Game Shark, it was just like an injection of the ticket. So I just injected the ticket into the game. I was gotten quite cozy with player housing. That's the circle right there. How about it? Yeah. Let's try a new game Tuesday, folks. If you're bored, try a new game. I'm not bored. But I do like trying new games. I still want to complete Pokemon Alpha Sapphire so I can try doing some horde hunting. Horse hunting. I think horde hunting would be fun. It's one of the few shiny methods I have not tried yet. That and Friend Safari. But the problem is, I had Friend Safari all set up, and I still had some Pokemon left that I needed for the living dex. And now that I have Pokemon Legends ZA, I think every single one of the Friend Safari things that I was going for, I already have. So... Wait, what is Fortnite Horizons? I don't know what Fortnite Horizons is. No, that wasn't a yawn. That was a stretch. That was a mouth stretch. Actually, I'm owed a yawn. Thank you very much. You and Old Nintendo both doubled up. So I'm actually owed a yawn. So we have a counter that is aggressively up by 1. Is that like a Fortnite? I don't know. I know I've never gotten this far before. Now I'm owed 2 yawns. Now I'm owed 2 yawns. Been yawning a lot? Are you getting enough sleep? I actually got solid sleep last night. I was asleep from about 11 o'clock all the way through till 6:30. It was perfect. More sleep than I ever have? That's good. Maybe you're waking up during your rapid eye movement cycle. And as a result, you didn't get through that completion. Bet too much, a whole 2 hours and 30 minutes. Go back to sleep. Sleep test on Monday? Oh, my favorite. So what do you play today? Today we're playing Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen. Alright, just yeah, we're just gonna measure your sleep, make sure that everything's normal. So honestly, just treat this just like you're at bed or at home in your bed. Okay, great. I normally sleep with a bunch of wires, sensors, and beeping machines hooked up to me, so this will be perfect. Come to my house. trying to stay calm and not think about it. Just think about how many things you've like worried about medically that ended up being nothing. Like honestly, so many things manifest themselves in the form of anxiety as opposed to in the form of something real. So just keep the numbers in your head. Think about the statistics. Who's your favorite legendary Pokemon? My favorite legendary Pokemon is Mewtwo. He says with a question mark because there's just so many. I think probably Mewtwo. Mewtwo's just cool. He's just a cool dude. Gen 1 is just so nice. The Dex is just so good. Gen 2's Dex is better, but I don't find their legendaries better than Gen 1. Listen, Pokemon, Mewtwo's there. Zamazenta, Lunala, or Groudon. Groudon was one of my favorites for a very long time. I thought Groudon was really cool. This guy looks like he's constantly doing the smolder face. Smolder face. Smoldy face. Mewtwo X or Mewtwo Y? Which one's the one that has the thigh gap? Because the other one. I think I like X. I don't think I like Y. I don't like the one that has like the... Where do y'all find the games for the 3DS? Are they just skyrocketing in price? Games, it depends. It depends on the game that you're looking for. It depends on if you want it in complete or just loose. Or if you just modify your 3DS and don't have to buy games anymore. But that's piracy and I don't condone that. Like Spider-Face, cut off your nose. Would you play Pokemon Champions? Yeah, that's tomorrow, right? It's tomorrow Champions or tonight Champions? I don't know. I'm not big on it, but... Which Elite Four champion is toughest out of all the Pokemon games? I think fighting Red in Johto after you finished... or fighting Red in Kanto after you finished the Johto Kanto and Gold, Silver, Crystal is one of the hardest things ever. Getting them loose is cheap. That's true. Getting them loose is pretty cheap. You look up Zombie Barbecue? Yeah. Let's see. Little Red Riding Hood Zombie Barbecue. Expensive game. You're going to be paying like $300+ for this one. And without even looking, I remember this game being like a huge rarity. Little Red Robin Hood, you are going to be paying loose $100. Well, no, not 100. Loose, you'll be paying, yeah, about 75. Not terrible. I like Mewtwo 2, like the transformation of the Mega Evolve, like Mega Mewtwo X and Mega Mewtwo Y, one of my favorite. Dude, they're so good. So good. Which one is the lumps because the other has a natural handle? I hate that sentence so much. How many Pokemon games have you actually finished, like post-game and everything? Let's think about it. Hey, what's up, Poop Butt? Isn't Black 2 150 now? Yeah, can be more too. Let's see. Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Red, Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire Red, and Leaf Green. Pokemon Platinum. Never played Diamond or Pearl. Platinum. Never played anything from Gen 1 or Gen 5. Gen 6. I'm about halfway through Alpha Sapphire. Gen 7, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu. Pokemon Sword, haven't played through Shield. Pokemon Violet, haven't played through Scarlet. Pokemon Legends Arceus, Pokemon Legends ZA. And Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. That's where I'm at. Pretty good. What does this even say? Weird. So strange. Shield playthrough when? Actually, I'm thinking about possibly after this going through Shield because I do need to get shiny Regieleki, and that kind of times out well. Sword Shield's my favorite games ever. I love them. I really do. I really do. Working on my Deoxys reclaim. What happened to your Deoxys? How'd you miss it? This is one that I'm master balling right away, and I'll be happy with it. I'll be happy with it in a master ball. Honestly, like, I use Fury Attack on it. Why would you do that? What's your favorite Pokemon ever? Marshadow. Marshadow or Gengar. One of those two are just like top tier. I love them both. Thought it could handle it. I don't think I would use an attack on it. Gyarados top tier. Gyarados is top tier. I wouldn't even like think to use Fury Attack on it. That's a wild decision. Like, I would not even think to do that. I would use False Swipe or a Paralysis move, and that's basically it. We're down from the 10 superpowers. Is False Swipe even in this game? I don't know. Yeah, it is. Scyther learns False Swipe. I watched a video on Reddit the other day of somebody who used something instead of False Swipe. Do you feel bored shiny hunting? Oh. No, I mean, like, would I do it on my own? Probably not. It is, but just through level up. We should give Gyarados some exclusive dragon abilities instead of just strong base attack. Yeah. I think, well, I don't know. It wasn't dragon type in Gen 1, so I think they kind of like took on the dragon persona. But I think it's still just a water type Pokemon. In my sword team, Blastoise, Charizard, Hydreigon, Shiny Dhelmise, Galvantula, and Galarian Slowbro. 5 out of 7. So you must catch a Pokemon like Scyther to get it? Yeah, I guess what I'm saying is if I wasn't going to be catching Deoxys in a Master Ball, I would go get a Pokemon like Scyther to fight it. But I'm going to catch it in a Master Ball, so it doesn't matter to me at all. Like, I would never go into a shiny hunt and not use I would never use just attacks on it, ever. No, I wouldn't mess with the RNG. How can I improve it? It needs a Nickit. Push myself and I paid the fee. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like a... Listen, I don't judge. But it seems like a really bad idea. It's like, to spend this much time shiny hunting something. Seems like a bad idea. Spent 3 hours in FireRed Casino collecting coins for Scyther, and I regret it so much. I'm proud of you for that. You'd never use attacks on shinies ever. Not intentionally. No, never intentionally. You'll syndicate your channel on other platforms. Purple people are now doing vertical. Twitch is doing vertical? No, probably not. I don't know why I would. I don't want to like bifurcate my audience like that. I've grown pretty solid following here. I just don't know if I want to do... I don't know if I want to go through all that. I don't know if I want to go through all that. Are people even watching? It was rough enough when you're doing shorts and horizontals. Yeah, exactly. Only users with beta access will be able to stream in dual format at this time. I don't know. We'll see. I like YouTube. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da. This is a freebie. You can't count it. All right, here we go. We've done 148 total resets so far in about 40 minutes. Time's out about right. What do you end up using your Master Ball on your first-ish run-through? I haven't used it. I still have both of my Master Balls in both of these games, just in case. I like this song. I like the fake violin. You'll stream 2 hours a day. To set up for multi-platform probably wouldn't be worth it. I mean, it's not like it's complicated. Like, things like that are very easy. Plan to watch Spider-Man Noir? I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe. I think there's too many Spider-Man movies, so maybe not. I don't know. I haven't thought about it until this moment. I haven't thought about it since I watched the trailer, and then again right now. So, I'm not sure. I don't have that much of a connection with the character. Yeah, like, I don't know. Spider-Man is cool, but we've had, since what? 2000, we've had 5 different Spider-Men. Come on now. I just don't know if I want anything more with that noise. Isn't Spider-Man Noir just Spider-Man but in black and white filter? I think there's 2 different versions of it. There's a black and white and there's a color. I wish they made a Hulk that was hardcore like the Punisher series. Nick Cage played Spider-Man Noir in Across the Spider-Verse though. It still doesn't detract from the fact we've had 5 Spider-Men. At least 5. There's probably been more. But you've had Tom Holland, you've had Tobey Maguire, you've had Andrew Garfield, you've had, I don't know who voiced Miles Morales as Spider-Man, and then you have Nick Cage. It's just too many. Too many Spider-Men. Despite all my rage, I'm still just a Nick in a cage. I just wish that we had more like new movies. You know, alternate universe version of Spider-Man set in the hard-boiled crime era 30s. There we go. Yeah, I think that's what I'm tired of. I'm tired of like multiverse. We need a Spider-Gwen movie? No, we don't. Like, we don't need any more. We don't need any more Marvel movies. Like, there's just so many, and they're all the exact same. I don't know. You guys know, I've talked about my feelings on Marvel movies before. It's like watching like animals fight, like watching 2 giraffes fight. Like, yeah, it's entertaining, but there's really no substance there. Love an Ant-Man show with Paul Rudd. Yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to feel the same way about Star Wars that I was about Marvel. It's just like, oh my god, Iron Man was so fun. That was really cool. I love that they did that. All right, well now every superhero that's ever existed in the Marvel universe is going to get a movie, and they're all going to follow the exact same thing. Send me clips. Actually, I'll send you clips of giraffes fighting. It's actually kind of crazy. They just swing their necks. Batman's better. I agree. Batman is better, but even Batman, they've kind of saturated and beat that to death. At least they've been kind of like categorically different. Like, you had Christian Bale's Batman, which was more of like a real world take on Batman, and then you had Matt Damon's Batman, or not Matt Damon, Ben Affleck's Matt Damon Batman would be great. Ben Affleck's Batman that was like, yeah, whatever, like, you exist. And then you have Robert Pattinson's Batman where it was like, wow, you exist, that's awesome. What point phase did you get burnt out from me was Doctor Strange. What point did I get burnt out on the Marvel movies? I'll tell you the point that I officially said I'm done with these movies. I can tell you that. I don't know the point that I got burned out. That was before. I wanted to see the Avengers movies through. Like, I thought that that was a fun series. I thought it was a fun story, so I wanted to see those through. But I'll tell you where I was done, where I was absolutely done. There's a scene in Avengers Endgame. I think it was Endgame. I don't think it was Infinity War. I think it was Endgame. Where, like, you're seeing Tom Holland get the crap kicked out of him. And then he says something like, "There's no way we could do this. I'm Tom Holland, blah, blah, blah." And then it cuts to like this intentional shot of all the female superheroes banded together. And they're like, "Well, we can do it." And then all of a sudden, like, the 7 female superheroes just start to kick butt. It's like, you know what would have been cooler? If you just showed them kicking butt instead of had to point out that the group of women could do it. Like, congrats, women. Here's your moment. Here's your moment. Here's an intentional shout out to prove how strong you are because they couldn't have just done it. Here you go. Enjoy. Enjoy, women. Congrats. Congrats, women. Like, I hate that stuff. I hate it so much. And Disney's just so... They're just so in your face about it now. And it's such a waste. Such a waste of time and energy. It's literally a movie. Just show it. It's like when Family Guy explains their jokes. Like, yeah, man, we got it. It's so exhausting. I don't know. I literally, when I was in the theater, there was a guy that just groaned out loud at that scene. He just goes, "Ah, jeez." I'm like, that's awesome. This is the guy that I want to be when I grow up. This is the guy I am now, but when I grow up, I want to be that guy again. But like, for real. Just so ridiculous. Though I've had to have won the argument for that. Oh, Warren, he was in some trouble. Let's see. Endgame female superheroes scene. Let's see if I can find the girl power scene in Avengers Endgame has been criticized for feeling too contrived, asking a suspension of disbelief. Yeah, exactly. It's not disliked because it's women of the MCU. It's disliked for its objective badness. Plus, it makes no sense. Why would Captain Marvel need help flying something when she's easily the fastest and most physically powerful of them all? Point A is proven immediately when she blows past everyone and goes right for the ban. It's a bad scene. There we go. Started hunting Mudkip and an Alpha Sapphire. Nice, Shiny Archie. That's awesome. Good luck on that one. That's a big dog. Small dog. I feel like I watched a different movie. I don't know. I don't remember any of this. I don't know. I just remember that's like and that's one of the only things I remember from that movie. I remember 2 things. I remember that scene, and I remember Thanos saying to Tony Stark, "The only way that you can survive this is if you Cobain." And he said, "With the lights out, it's less dangerous." And then he snapped. And that was all. That's all I remember from that movie. I thought it was interesting that Thanos knew Kurt Cobain, but that's what we got. They held back to give spotlight to some of her girlies. Must have. It's exactly how that went. That is literally word for word how it went. Battlefield was pretty huge. How did they find each other and get together at that exact moment in the fight? Yeah, exactly. Hey, guys. Hey, listen. Hey, stop what you're doing. We got to go over this way. We got a big scene coming up. But seriously, like, Disney is getting so in your face about it, and it's like, my God, dude. Rey Skywalker being a completely untrained... Now, they did kind of explain it, okay? Rey is a Palpatine, and we know that Palpatine is an incredibly strong Sith. Okay, so, like, we understand that. We understand that. And so, is it conceivable that she just has some sort of natural ability and tie to the Force? Yeah, of course it is. Of course that is. But lightsaber work is not driven by that of the Force. Lightsaber work is that of training and like discipline. It's a literal blade that can cut you in half. And so now we're thinking about, okay, she goes toe to toe with Kylo Ren. Kylo could have murked her in 15 seconds. Kylo was trained in the Knights of Ren. He was trained by Luke Skywalker. Kylo Ren would have decimated her. And if he was a Sith, which he was, he wouldn't have hesitated. It's an insane thing. Hey, the snapping in the actual comics, he snapped his fingers to kill off half the universe to show how casual he was, but they made it but now they made it that's how the gauntlet works. Oh, interesting. Wait, so he didn't need the Infinity Gauntlet to snap his fingers to kill off half the universe? It would be really funny if you just had the ability to do that. How did we go down this road? Well, we started talking about when I fell off of the Marvel franchise, and I said when I hated the Marvel franchises when they shoved women superheroes right in your face instead of just like letting them be. And then I started talking about how Disney has nonstop done this for like since what's her name took over. And then I gave the example of Rey Skywalker is like a classic example of that. He needed the gauntlet to do it, but he didn't have his main claim to fame in the comics. He just did it because good. He didn't have to physically snap his fingers. He had the power of a literal god. He just had to think something for it to happen. Hey, take care, Natasha. Hope you feel better. Joshua Brolin. It's theory that we as humans reach peak consciousness once we truly see women as equal and they say God is a woman. Rey was not forced, but your hatred is. Retail Mike. How was Rey not forced? Like I said, I understand her abilities of the Force. They could be conceived that because she descends from someone so strong, she would have just kind of like an inherent usage of it. Kind of the way that like, you know, kind of the way that Anakin did. Like he had kind of a bit of a usage, or the same way that Harry Potter could like talk to snakes, I suppose. But her skills with a lightsaber, impossible. Impossible. She would have been mincemeat. Kylo Ren would have smacked her down. She would have had no ability. Rey's the biggest Mary Sue I've ever seen in modern media, and I adore Star Wars. It's true. Like I said, I understand the Force powers, even though it kind of goes against everything that we learned from the show. I can understand how they could easily be like blah, 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 blah. But lightsabers, that's where I draw the line. Well, Jess, I think that theory doesn't make any sense. Because, like, don't women see women as equal? So if that's the case, they would have reached peak consciousness. And there ain't no way that women reach peak consciousness. Because if you reach... No, they do not? Well, that sounds like your problem. I think women need to see each other as equal first. And then men can be like, yeah, we've seen you guys as equal all along. What took you so long? Andor's a good show. I need to finish season 2. I've heard great things about Andor. Tons of stories turn from telling a story with depth and reason to exist to keep the money rolling, just make something up. It's true. Somehow Palpatine returned is crazy. Can't sit with us comes to mind. Oh, well, just take a shower. Empty toilet. My God, what year is it? It's like 2 years old. God, that filament is still going. We don't see women as equal only when they're nice. My goodness. You guys need to start being kind to each other. Wow. Kylo would have no... Yeah, exactly. It would have been like a child playing around with a Nerf bat trying to fight a gold medalist fencer. It's exactly right. Exactly right. That paired with like an actual controlled knowledge of the Force. Skibby Toilet came out in 2023 or 2022. Okay, so 3 or 4 years now. Yeah. the Fortnite shop? I see everybody as equal. Equally annoying. Leave me alone. Scroll through videos and saw someone hacking Temple Run. That's a wild, wild decision. Temple Run. Went from how do you feel about Marvel to does anyone hate women in this chat? Nobody said that at all. If that's your interpretation of the conversation that we just had, you should probably look inward. Get off my lawn for real. Leave my lawn alone. You like pudding? If so, what's your favorite? Chocolate pudding. Yeah, pudding's fine. Amazingly Weird World of Gumball, which came out the end of 2025. Gotcha. Tapioca, dude. I do love me some tappy. Tapioca. Love me some tappy tap. Banana. Yeah, really, when it comes down to it, when it comes to like any sort of media, the only problems that I have with any sort of anything is when it's intentionally shoved in your face. I don't like that. Giving critique on how Hollywood can do better at producing content and the characters they present to viewers. Exactly. It's 100% it. Like, I hate when someone is like, I hate when there's a gay character, as an example, and that gay character embodies like all of the stereotypes of a gay person. Like, to me, that's really doing a disservice because there's plenty of while yes, there are people that do embody those stereotypes, there's also plenty of gay people that just don't, and that's just like them living their life. And to me, that's kind of an irritating thing that like 90% of the time in Hollywood we're seeing like misrepresentation of people just for like the I don't know if it's for the effect or what it is. Like I don't get it. Same thing like when you have it's the same thing when you have like, you know, this goes back to like the sitcom days, and obviously it's what plays, but like the dad is just a is just a jerk, just a terrible husband, terrible father, and they use that as like a joke. Like that kind of stuff, I just don't like it. Just drives me nuts. I like shows where they portray people as like actual people. Turn from best friend to a guy making junk jokes ever since. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Like, I want things to be like, when I watch something, I want it to be like a completely natural, just viewing of something, like how things are in the real world. Like, I got super annoyed with the show This Is Us, but that was one thing that they did really well with that. It was overly emotional, and like, obviously, a bunch of terrible things happened to this family that like likely wouldn't happen all at once, but it actually made you feel like you were watching something real. Don't have an agenda, have a plot. Exactly. Okay, so like a good example is like honestly The Office. Like The Office did Mike Schur shows in general. I will say Michael Schur shows in general do a really excellent job at capturing accentuated versions of humans without them being stereotypical. Okay, like that is something that his shows have always done really well. I don't know. There's good stuff. And sometimes it is fun to laugh at like those overblown characters, but the overblown character needs to intentionally be overblown. Hey, what's up, Clocky? Did you watch Project Hail Mary yet? I did. It was fantastic. One of the best movies that I've seen in years. Not even close. Prison Mike, best office arc. Gotta be. Clocky, how's it going, man? How are you doing? Let's see. So when does Champions come out? When does Pokemon Champions release? I know it's tomorrow. But what time is it on the Switch? Let's see. 12 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, I'll probably stream it tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. We'll see what it looks like. I'd probably play it on stream, get some first initial impressions. I'm not going to play it at midnight. I don't really know anything about it, so we'll just dive in, see what it looks like, and then... Yeah. Paolo's dueling abilities being compared to Tulak Horde would be like saying a boxer is the scientific splicing of both Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali. What? I don't know. I don't know what Tulak Horde is. Can you give me something that's like normal? I don't know what that is. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to create a lot of content from Pokemon Champions. I don't know much about it. I'll have to figure that out. Do you ever have mustache hairs curl up and tickle your nose? What a weird question. Sometimes. Sometimes I do. But usually not. Usually I get ahead of that. Watching people do VGC stuff, I want to at least try it. Yeah, I'm going to definitely give it a try, but I think as Pokemon diverts into this like world of doing lots of different things, which is great, it's going to be more likely that certain things just won't be for me. Because the problem with a game like I think part of the problem with a game like Champions is that there's going to be people who like do absolutely no life it. And so you're going to have an established meta that gets created soon. Then everyone's going to start to follow that meta. And then new metas are going to get created by people smarter than the people who just follow the meta. And yeah. Is it possibly a successful YouTube content creator with budget GPUs? Yeah, for sure. For sure. Especially if you're using a capture card instead of playing like games on your PC, then yeah, for sure it is. Like using a capture card really helps with the load that Not to mention, depending on your CPU, sometimes you can actually stream via your CPU instead of your GPU. Took us from before Old Republic era. He's one of the oldest Sith Force entities and considered the greatest lightsaber duelist of all time. He once walked into a rainstorm and came out dry. Wow. That reminds me of that story Hefty told me. Yeah. So you definitely could, Warren. Just depends on what you're doing. But honestly, like capture card, it's going to save you a lot of energy. A lot of time, energy, and effort. I'm done with you. Hefty water, keep on rolling. Mississippi moon, won't you keep on coming out dry? Yeah, keep on coming out dry. Yeah, everything gonna make everything alright. I ain't in no worry. Parried each and every single raindrop for a solid minute. It's pretty ridiculous. Razzie, how we doing? 98% battery is pretty awesome. You're going to be good all day. 407 Dilk's pretty good too. We got good Dilk. We got good charge. I'd pick a tea to cold brew. Hibiscus, jasmine, or pomegranate? Pomegranate. Pomegranate. Good Dilk helps. You know what? I think we all need to just get a little Dilky with it. I see people... So this is like... You could tell people who are shiny hunting for the first time and started with FireRed and LeafGreen. Because I see people on Reddit that are talking about how like it took them 13,000 encounters to get their first shiny in this game. And like to me, I think that's a lot of numbers, but it's not a lot of statistical odds of finding that shiny. Like, yeah, 13,000 is a lot, but you're not even at double odds. You're at like 1 in 5/8 odds, which happens all the time. I find that really interesting. Like that would be like getting a Masuda egg at 700. To be fair, autocorrect should change Dilk to Silk. Autocorrect is doing what its job is supposed to do, because Dilk, in fact, is a nonsense word.
You gotta pay the troll toll if you want to get into that boy's hole.
All right, here we go. Let's go over odds when it matters the least. That's good. It's been fun seeing people who started hunting Gen 9, then hunted FireRed LeafGreen for sure. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm looking at this saying, wow, 5,468 is a lot, but it's just a lot of encounters. It's not a lot of, like, in terms of the statistical odds, I would not expect to have found it by now. You guys don't even know if I yawned. You have no proof. You got no evidence. My face was covered. You have no evidence if I yawned or not. We don't know. We'll never know. You'll literally never know. Hefty, I gotta send you a text really quick. It's super important, so check it. Check it when you get a chance, but yeah. Let's see. I remember playing Silver, the original Silver generations from Game Boy era. Big cartridge, big cartridge. They say part of the movies was the disservice they did to Luke. The sheer power of that man in the comics and books is wild. Like, what are those beats even saying? Honestly, I don't even think about I don't really consider those movies. I don't consider them to be a part of the story. I honestly, like, it was such a disservice, just in general. Han Solo, some loser dad. They needed to use Han Solo being a loser dad to springboard the evil person's kind of like fall from grace. Just over it. I don't know. I'm glad that they're never gonna make another movie in that series. In the Skywalker trilogy. I'm glad it's done. When The Force Awakens came out, I was like, okay, it's pretty great. And then when The Last Jedi came out, I was like, wow, that was one of the biggest turds that I think has ever been laid. And then when The Rise of Skywalker came out, I said, wow, that is actually the biggest turd ever been laid. Because my God, dude, honestly, so ridiculous. Reduce him to a weird, oh, he's just gonna stand here, pair a few AT-AT bolts, and then let some half-baked Plagueis apprentice cut him down. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So bad. And then what was up with the kid at the end of The Last Jedi? Like the guy with the broom that can use the Force. Like, what are you talking about? You had no purpose in this. It didn't even lead to anything. It didn't lead to anything. It led to nothing. Hey, let's end the movie by showing people there's other Force sensitive people out there. Yeah, of course there are. Watch Star Trek instead. That seems... I don't know how to explain this. I don't know how to explain this exact feeling. But sometimes with shows, when there's too much, I have no interest in watching them at all. Like a show like Supernatural, where it has like Christ knows how many episodes. I just have no, even if it's the greatest television show ever, I have no desire to start. What's up, Izzy? How you doing? What are you open for in a Winds and Waves Dex total? I want base game to 500 to 600. I hope base dex stays at 400. And then I would love to see DLC bring it up to like the 700-800 range. But I hope that base dex is 400. Honestly, if it were me, I hope base dex goes right back to doing like what Black and White did and just don't have anything other than new Pokemon, and that's it. Hope it's a small dex. Supernatural is life. Yeah, I just can't. I watched like 2 episodes of it and I'm like, yeah, there's like hundreds of these. I don't have any desire to watch this. On the WB, dude, I remember the WB. Second year, I went to the CW. Forgot about the CW too. If Luke has used even a fraction of the powers he should have had at the age he was portrayed at, he could have literally ripped the Force away from Kylo and then given it back to him on a whim. Yeah, but you have to remember that a lot of the books and comics and stuff that like are not canon either. Like that's also important. There are some that are for sure, but depending on what you're reading, like it's not considered to be canon. WB and UPN were combined into the CW. Oh, interesting. What's up, Pokemon? How you doing? Like that's a that is like a downside of some of that is like there are certain things that are recognized as canon, but then there are other things that are just essentially fan fiction. Like let's see. What Star Wars books are canon? So here's what we got. As far as like Luke. Solo, let's see. There's Rogue One. New Hope, the film novel. And then basically anything after this. So there's quite a lot. But I guess it just depends on like what book you read, what source you read, because some of them just are not. Luke and the Lost Jedi Temple, Young Readers, The Weapon of a Jedi, a Luke Skywalker Adventure. That's right before Force Awakens. So yeah, it's like super dependent on that. I know, but still, yeah, but see, that's the thing. Like you can't like I could go write a story about how Luke Skywalker was able to time and multiverse jump to save Harambe from being killed with the power of the Force, and that doesn't mean that it like canonically happens in terms of the timeline. So like, yes, you're sitting there saying like Luke has all these things. Well, some guy's interpretation of the character of Luke Skywalker said that they have these things, but whether or not that's actually accepted canon in the world is totally different story. I was listening to Hatsune Miku. I don't know who that is. Pokemon doing all right. We're 300 encounters in today, I believe. 300? Yeah, 300. They tried your eyebrows. They could have used it as a lasso to save Harambe that day. That's true. Except it always went up. It's could have. Could of is not a thing at all. Like could of is it just doesn't even make sense. It's could have. Or could apostrophe VE, which would be could have, which is just the contraction form of the words could and have. But could of or should of or would of, those are not, it's not how that word works. Everybody knows eyebrow jokes have to be grammatically perfect. It's like the #1 rule on the channel. I failed English class. I can see why. Way to pick on someone for it. Should have studied harder.
We have the meats.
All right, here we go. 55. Oh, wait. 55 burgers, 55 pies, 55 pizzas, 55 fries, and 155 taters coming up. What's up, always? What up? How you doing? When someone types your instead of your, by God, dude, the amount of people that are adults, that are first language native English speaking adults who mess up your and your, mess up there, and there, and mess up then and then is unbelievable. You have to remember like 6 things. 6 things. Are you talking about a group of people that are doing something? There, with an apostrophe. Are you talking about someone's possessions? There, T-H-E-I-R. Are you talking about a place or a statement? There, T-H-E-R-E. It ain't that hard. 2, 2, and 2. I don't see that one as much, but I do see 2 and 2. I don't see the T-W-O as much, but the T-O and the T-O-O, that's one. Are you saying that you are about to do something? You're, with an apostrophe. Are you talking about something in your position? Your, Y-O-U-R. It is not that hard. You have to remember literally like a handful of things. These are the same people that can talk about nonsense for hours, but can't talk about like something that actually matters. Drives me crazy. Effect or effect, that's another one. Oh my God, dude. Just take like the 2 seconds to say like, is this right? I was actually reading a thread yesterday that was like, something about is a good place to sitcom. It kind of has that effect with an A. And people were like, geez, man. I see loser and looser more than I'd like to admit. Agreed. Loose and lose. This song is not doing it for me. Hefty, should we play our favorite game? Where, and were. I don't know if I see that one a lot. I'm sure that exists because nothing surprises me anymore. All right, Hefty, let's play our game. Hang on. I'm going to pause it. I'm going to pause it real quick. Okay. Okay, Hefty. We are going to play a game. This is called Per se and Touche, dude. Same. I think schools no longer teach English. Fear of being on a kid's TikTok. All right, Hefty, here we go. So this game is called, is it Weird Al Yankovic or is it Lady Gaga? All right, I'll let you go. Here's number 1. Okay, there's number 1. So the question is, again, is it Weird Al or is it Lady Gaga? So here comes the next one. Okay. What do you think? Who is who in that one? Let me know. So remember, we have, is it Weird Al Yankovic or is it Lady Gaga? Yeah. I'll play the first one again for you. Just let me know who you think it is. So this is our first one again. Right here. So that's the first one. Now we're trying to decide, is that Weird Al Yankovic or is that Lady Gaga? Fractals thinks the first one is Weird Al with polka face versus Gaga with poker face. Now that's what we are thinking so far. Hefty, I'm going to need your judgment here. That's Lady Gaga, clearly. It's very close. Are you sure they're two different clips? I can 100% assure you that these are two different clips. Here, I'll give it to you one more time. Okay, so I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Yeah. This is a tough game. I enjoy playing this game because like it's always difficult to figure out who's who. But yeah. That's what we got. I'm not 100%, but I'll go with Al for the first one and Gaga for the second. Hey, you are correct. It is Weird Al Yankovic for the first one, and it is Lady Gaga for the second one. Really well done. I feel like Gen 10 is a remade Gen 3. Broud is basically Torchic. Pombon is basically the Memon like Mudkip, and then Gekyu is basically Treek 9. Broughton Owl, grass type, is basically Torchic, a chicken fire type. Pombon, a dog, is basically Axolotl, Mudkip, the fire and water type. And Gekyu, also spelled Gekwa, is a water type gecko, when Trico was a grass type gecko. So of the 6 characteristics that we have, one of them is similar. I'm going to go ahead here, make a quick ruling, and say no.
Oh my God!
It's my ruling. Poker Face is a classic. Listen, Weird Al, he's just doing some good stuff. Hey, Joshua, thank you so much, man. I do too. Not just for my sanity, but for the sanity of all who came before me. Treek 9, Grove 10, Sept 11. What a lineup. Sanity of our shiny hunting forefathers. What if Brout's evolution is just as Brout's becoming massive and that's how he flies? Will you sue? That would actually be my all-time favorite Pokemon. I'm just saying this right now. If Brout stays the exact same and these just get bigger, that there would be nothing better. Amba, thank you so much for 35 months. How you doing? It's fantastic seeing you. Wow, this is crazy. I'm currently printing an Umbreon Pokeball for a shiny Umbreon Pokeball for Mikimbo, and I had just like a little bit of black filament left, and it is still going. I'm surprised at how far it's stretched. Like it has gone so far. Snaps, what's up? How you doing? How's your Pokeball? I'm waiting to hear back from Kiro though, because I gotta know whether or not to order some new filament for their ball. Loving my Pokeball? Good. Good. My favorite pops from when I was younger finally came back and it's always out of stock. What is it? Is it Surge? You know what? This is going to be an interesting poll. I'm going to put a new poll up. No, maybe I'm not. Where's my existing poll? Why can't I see my poll? That's what she said. I can't even see my poll. There it is. Now I can see my poll. Start a new poll. What's up, Mr. Kligo? How you doing? Hers or yours? Yours, mine, and ours. Yo, Snaps, thank you for... That's unreal. A self-snipe. A self-snipe is amazing. That is the coolest thing. Wow. Look at the self-snipe. Dr. Snepper just purchased themselves a membership by gifting a membership to themselves. It's not the first time either. You've self-sniped yourself before? That's amazing. Dr. Snepper received a gift membership by @Dr. Snepper. So good. That's such a fun thing. Also, I'm going to be announcing this sometime this week on the Discord. I haven't done it yet because I got to figure out how to do it. But I'm doing something a little different for the awards show this year. I was thinking about how I don't want to be the Academy nominating people for awards. I think this should be like the People's Choice Awards. And so I'm going to be releasing a form where you can nominate others for random awards. I don't know exactly how I'm going to keep it from going out of control. But I think like I will show individual people and all of the awards that they were nominated for. Instead of giving one person one award, I'll give people many awards based on what they decide to come in with. So I think that's the plan for this year, to kind of change things up a little bit. I thought it'd be kind of fun. I don't know for sure though. Sounds like feelings are gonna get hurt. Yeah. Dr. Snaps, snipe yourself again, please. You got always one up. Thank you so much for the second gifted membership. You're a legend. I'm going for the Goya beans. I'm definitely going to leave this. Okay, Razzie, can I tell you something? Best girl boss award goes to Razzie. I'm telling you. It'll be fun. Ooh, just with a nifty. You got loops. Wow, look at the snipes. Razzie, the other day when I sent you about my birria tacos, as I was sending it, I'm like, is he going to be offended and think that he's the only person I'm sending this to? Like, oh, birria. It's gotta go to Razzie. What's up, DJT? How you doing, buddy? And then I think for like my, for my trophies this year, instead of doing individual trophies per award, basically anyone who gets nominated, I will have ChatGPT make a trophy for them. That'll be what it is. When you told Kem about your birria tacos and you read it as burrito tacos, dude, I just assumed Kem is gonna say and read the wrong thing every time I send a message there. I don't even send complicated messages. DJT, settle down. I don't even send complicated messages. I feel like my messages are pretty straightforward. I even use proper grammar to help them out. And every time I'm like, that's not even close. Like he misses words or adds words. It's ridiculous, dude. I don't know how he does it, but he always misses. So insane. Okay, so far looking at our poll, we've got 38% of people call it pop, 38% call it soda, and only 23 call it Colonel Fizzy Snoop. Oh man, I was hoping we'd have more people like me out there that say, "Hey, can you hand me a glass of that Colonel Fizzy Snoop?" Dr. Seven, I was just hitting, or Dr. Snever, I was just hitting people with a quick 6-7. I don't know, chat got quiet, so I just hit everybody with a quick 6-7. What's up, Cito? Benito Queen? Sody water. Soda crackers. I'm just sad. Why? Soil your pants again? That'd be the 7th time this week. I just said I'm foggy. Benito Queen's animation for Pokemon Stadium? No. Did it go like this? Went out for lunch yesterday and no worse. Did you poop someone else's pants? The only thing worse than pooping your own pants is pooping someone else's pants. That's the only worst thing. Like, it's one thing to soil yourself, but it's another thing to soil someone else. What is with this stream? Wait, what's wrong? What happened? It's kind of like, yeah, you're upset when you find out someone peed in a pool, but you're way more upset when you visibly watch someone pee into a pool. Left a box of food I couldn't finish on the table. It was so good, and I left it. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's more unhinged than usual. I feel like we had like our most unhinged stream a couple days ago. It was great. It was very unhinged a few days ago. I like this song. What's worse, finding a poo in the pool or seeing someone pee into a pool? Finding a poo in the pool. I think what's worse, Clocky, is finding a poo in the pool, thinking it's a Baby Ruth, taking a bite out of it, and finding out that it's poo. I got a bounce. Hey, take care, Snaps. Thanks for being here. Thank you for gifting yourself. Such a kind thing to buy yourself a present. But then also thank you for the additional gift going to Loops. That was very kind. This isn't one of my normal pool Baby Ruths. Hey, go ahead. You know, just grab a chair, pull up anywhere, get a towel. There's towels in there. Grab a Baby Ruth from the pool. Why was that hidden? I don't know. Just grab a Baby Ruth from the pool. Oh my God. Oh, that came through. She was getting smarter. It knows context now. It's picking up on the context. Isn't it called bobbing for candy bars? It is. Smartless. All right. In New Zealand, we just call them energy drinks or fizzy drinks. Soda's different than energy drinks, though. Energy drinks is like a monster, whereas soda's like an A&W root beer. Fizzy drink, I think, is the same thing. But that would be Colonel Fizzy Snooze. Hey, I'll take a quick glass of the Colonel. I just get a quick glass of the Colonel. All the same in New Zealand.
Does the pool turn blue for baby Ruths?
It usually does not. Usually turns brown. I don't get the craze over White Monster. I don't get the craze over any monster or any energy drink once you're over the age of 16. But that's just me. What, I told you guys about the new toilet paper that my parents bought, right? I think I did. It's literally the coolest toilet paper I've ever seen. Pretend we weren't listening and tell us again. Charmin or bust? I love Charmin, but the stuff that my parents have is just knockout. Hefty, how you doing? Does it wipe for you? No, it just lets you know when you're done. It starts to turn red, which is super cool. Just like to have something that has like a nice built-in indicator. Let's see. That's a work thing. I have to deal with that right now. Let's see. Live streaming schedule. Tomorrow I'll be live, but I will not be live on Thursday. Thursday I have to go into the office, unfortunately. So I will not be live Thursday morning. Tomorrow, I think we are going to try out Champions. I think I will give it the old college try, see how we like it. I don't know much about it, so it's probably going to involve me being confused, angry, and saying that I hate the game because I'm confused and angry. But I'm going to try and go into it with an open mind and not be as confused, angry, and hateful about it. As I keep getting older, water just keeps getting better. It's true. I much prefer water over anything else now. Say hi to Stanley when you go to the office on Thursday night at 9 p.m. on NBC. Oh, man. Are you going to be a free player? Yeah, for sure. I'm not going to spend any money on that. Unless I really enjoy it. My rule is, if something is very enjoyable, I will spend up to the value of a normal video game on that game in order to show support for the developers of said game. So, like, that's always my rule. Like, with Fortnite, my rule is $100, because that's what I would pay for a game like Fortnite. So, if I enjoy Champions, and there is stuff about it that, like, that fills my soul, then I'm willing to spend up to $100 on it. But I won't spend any more. We paid $200 for GTA 6 in 2042 when it's released. Honestly, $20 or $200 is probably going to be like what the cost of that game will be, just with inflation and the way that game prices are rising. Missed the first 2 hours of stream. The good news is, dumb guy with the pencil, we did not get the shiny, so you didn't miss like the whole point. Honestly, Rockstar has done something pretty impressive with GTA 6, if we're being honest about it. They've pushed back the release date twice, and people have not ran away from Rockstar. They've actually embraced it as like a meme and a joke. And somehow, the hype for the game hasn't gone anywhere because of that. So not only do they have people still in their good graces, but they've now really given themselves an opportunity where they could delay it again. And as long as they create an exceptional game, I don't think anybody's going to look back and be like, man, all those delays. Saying that I just can't get into GTA games, it's true. They're very fun games, but I understand that they're not for everybody. Sometimes debauchery and doing terrible things, the love of the game, is not everybody's speed. Wow, that filament is still going. That's actually crazy, y'all. Like, actually insane. I really didn't expect it to still have anything left in the tank, but it still does. I was chatting and waiting for the stream at 2:58 in the morning. I've played since San Andreas. I don't remember the last time that I played. I don't know what color filament that is. Dark blue? Dark blue, I think. I played GTA until a college friend went house on it with me. It was such a blast to play with friends. It is. I remember playing a lot of GTA 5 when I was in college. I think it might have came out. I don't remember what year it came out. Just interested to see what Nintendo does with the Ocarina of Time remake. Are they remaking Ocarina of Time? I bought Vice City in San Andreas, and most of the time I was just driving around and listening to the radio. Hefty, that's kind of what the purpose of the game is sometimes, though. Oh, that's cool. I guess if the cow's going to keep producing milk. The Ocarina of Time thing is a rumor still. Used to play 5 because my ex liked it, but I couldn't get into it fully. I think it's just one of those games where it's just kind of fun to like sit back, relax, suspend your disbelief for a bit and go. It's the 35th year anniversary for Zelda, so we'll see. Interesting. But you don't drink milk? I don't. Nor do I like Legend of Zelda. So it's not confirmed. Okay, so yeah, it's still a rumor then. You know, time I stream, so I was waiting because I wanted to see when you'll get the shiny and also the drawing. Dumb guy with the pencil. I stream at the same time every single day. Some of the heists were fun. Yeah, some of the online stuff is really enjoyable. The hate said it has been correct a lot. I know. I need you to say right now that it's still a rumor. I need you to say that right now. I need you to say, Nate the Hate said it, but it is still a rumor. It's very important. Very important. Michael, it's very important. If I say that's going to look bad in December when it comes out, if it doesn't, then it's going to look worse. If it does not come out in December, it's going to look way worse. How is it going to look bad to make a factual statement? That's what I'm saying. Hefty.
Stinky!
It's illegal for you to ask me that.
I accidentally clicked stinky. I meant to click illegal. Whoops. Still a rumor. Thank you. All right. God, that's... Now that I have that weight off my chest, we can proceed forward. That was difficult. I don't understand why. I don't understand why a non-official Nintendo person saying that something is releasing was difficult to say that this is a rumor. Like, my literal dad is Nintendo. But even I wouldn't say it. Yeah, but Mia, okay. I don't know if I want to fight this battle anymore. Someone can be correct a lot, but that's still not an official... Exactly. Here's a reminder of how English and definitions work. If the company that makes that product announces it, it is confirmed. If anyone else says it, it is a rumor. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like someone can be correct a lot, and it's still a rumor. And that rumor can end up being correct. But it's at its core, it is still a rumor. It is not a confirmed thing. It is a rumor. So all you're saying is that there's a rumor that Ocarina of Time is coming out in December, and that's like accurate. What you're saying is not a lie. But if you were to say Ocarina of Time is coming out in December and it doesn't, that is a lie. I'm just being silly. It's rumored to be a rumor. I think we can all agree that this was just true growth. We've all just grown and evolved just a little bit. I'm gonna start playing this whenever there's a growth moment in chat. I'm just gonna play this whenever there's a bona fide growth moment. It's growth moment music. What's a Colonel Fizzy Snoop? Well, that's what some people, the right people, call soda pop. Colonel Fizzy Snoop. Just a rumor. I hope it happens. That's some growth. That's the growth that I like to see right there. No way they call it that. Yeah, a lot of people do. There's some people that call it pop. There's some people that call it soda. And then there's a good portion of people that call it Colonel Fizzy Snoop. Some people just call it the Colonel for short. It's like some people, you know, when they want to talk about tattoos, tattoo. Nathan Haight is correct more than he's not, but definitely not confirmed by Nintendo right now. Sure. I think I got to wrap up at 4650. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the full 500. We'll be able to get 450 in. Got 15 minutes till work, and I got to just make sure that I'm all set up. So that'll be it. So yeah, tomorrow probably doing Pokemon Champions. We'll probably give that a go. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Jess, thank you for the gifted. Snaps for the 2. Amba for 35 months. And Red Eye Jedi for 5 months. Super appreciate you guys. That's super, super kind. I'll see some of y'all later today in Chem Nation stream. If anybody else is going to be hanging out in any other streams, I hope to see you there too. This will be our last encounter of the day. Hope everybody has a fantastic Tuesday. I hope that you get back to all the good things in life. And go get that tattoo on Tatooine. Enjoying the band Tattoo. It's ending. It is ending. Yeah, I gotta wrap up a little bit early today. Cool guys. We'll see you tomorrow. And then oh, thank God. Oh, jeez. Wow. All right. Well, I guess. Hey, old Nintendo, thank you so much for the gifted membership. Thank you so much. You got resonated. Wow. Resonated.